Welcome to TeleSUR English and join us live as we go now to Venezuela as President Nicolás Maduro is addressing the nation on several relevant topics. Let's listen.
De liberar todo un continente, lo que hoy es América Latina y el Caribe. Todo eso provocó que en 1857 Rusia reconociera a Venezuela como república independiente en el marco de Suramérica. Fue el primer país de toda la región que Rusia reconoció su independencia.
And a day like today, March 14, 1945, just 2 months, less than 2 months, before the great victory of the Red Army against the Nazi army, President Isaias Medina, the great patriotic general, established relations, official diplomatic relations with the government of the Soviet republics. The agreement was signed in Washington by two people that went to history. One of them was about to be the president of Venezuela, Angarita, and he was poisoned. It got crazy. It was made crazy. There was poison with, and he got crazy. The other signatory, a day like today, to establish relations, official diplomatic relations, and make history, was Andrei Gromykov. Andrei Gromykov, who was the Soviet Foreign Ministry from 1957 to 1989. Then there were different kinds of relations. There were bad, cold relations, but the Bolivarian hurricane came to Venezuela with when Commander Hugo Chavez came to office, and in 2000 there was the encounter between Vladimir Putin and Chavez to mark a new golden age of relations between the two countries. It was a transcendental event in the construction of the world. We are part of that event. We are the builders of the vanguard of the world, of the multipolar world, to end hegemonism, wars, to establish peace with justice, with guarantees. Today, we are making history as we have expressed the will and decision between President Putin and President Nicolás Maduro, between the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela and the Russian Federation, to create the strategic alliance of cooperation and development from here to the future. I want to let's watch the talks on television so that our entire people can see that today we commemorate 80 years of relations between the two countries. Are we ready? Go ahead. Good morning, President. It's a pleasure to greet you. Dear Mr. President, dear friend, I'm glad to speak in the format of video conference because this today coincides with the 80th anniversary of diplomatic relations between our two countries, and from my heart, I want to congratulate you and all the Venezuelan friends We exchanged messages, and both parties highlighted the state of relations in their gradual development of understanding of the ties between Russia and Venezuela. And we are writing brilliant pages when the Francisco Miranda, national hero of Venezuela, visited Russia. And secondly, he gave the rank of cardinal at the end of the 19th century. The Russian Empire created interstate relations, and in March 1945, the establishment of diplomatic ties. We have conditions to establish political dialogue and to promote trade and cooperation between the two countries with President Hugo Chavez, and we have relations of trust with him. And we appreciate his staunch ideas and our relations. Now we have created strategic relations, and the legacy of the commander continues, and you continue to struggle for the country's sovereignty and cooperation. And there is trust between us, and there is mutual consideration. We are doing everything possible to strengthen these relations, especially in the cultural and commercial and humanitarian fields. We have established an agreement of strategic cooperation and the multifaceted links between the two countries, and this could be agreed upon during your visit to Russia. I will be very happy if you visit Russia after May, for the anniversary of the victory of the Great Patriotic War and the struggle against Nazism. And our country received gasoline and oil from the country. Together we favor all expressions of Nazism and colonialism. Russia and Venezuela keep the same stance in different platforms and in different sectors of the international arena in the fight for a fairer world and to improve cooperation among states and to prevent and against foreign interference in the internal affairs of the countries. And in all spheres of relations, we agreed upon the same interest. Dear friend, I congratulate you and your people on this date. President Putin, I would like to give you a hug of solidarity and permanent support. We still have fresh memories of visiting a beautiful city of Kazan. where we shared common criteria about the new world that we have described as the doctrine of Bolivarian diplomacy, of peace, and the multipolar world. A world where relations of equality and cooperation are the essence of the countries, among the government. I was recalling the great Francisco de Miranda, the cause of the generalismo, the French army, colonel of the Russian army. He left an imprint forever of rapprochement between the peoples of Venezuela, South America. Francisco de Miranda was a great South American man, and the Russian people. The history has it that the independence won with the weapons of Liberator Simón Bolívar in our fundamental landmarks in history. They started a new era of relations in the 20th century, improving those relations. President Vladimir Putin, we're in a period of maturity of relations between Russia and Venezuela. We are confident, and the coincidence and the vision of the world, the practical relations of a kind of relations based on equal relations, and that the causes of the two countries is possible. As you know, we have been working in teams to celebrate the 80th anniversary. Let me convey our congratulations to the Russian people for the 8 years of the great victory of the revolution. The history of humanity cannot be told without considering the victory of the Russian army over Nazism. And here in Venezuela, I have instructed to commemorate, to celebrate popular political celebration. And in those days, we are going to inaugurate, as a tribute to the army and Russia and the Soviet army here in Caracas. So I expect that during those days we can sign what we have agreed upon between Venezuela and Russia to increase our relations to the highest level, and we have made progress in the economic field as well as the financial and banking fields, which are stronger than ever. In addition to industrial, medical, transportation, cooperation in space, the use of the underground, science, technology, tourism, culture, sports, etc. So I was telling you that we have achieved a deep compenetration of maturity, and I'm sure that after 80 years, 80 years ago, we modestly added a word from the homeland of Bolivia to accompany the Soviet Union. 80 years later, in the 21st century, we are holding this working meeting in a video conference to commemorate, as it must be, the 80 years of the great victory. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Later we will have time to deal with all these aspects in the closed format. We are waiting for the reporters to leave. What are you drinking, Nicolas? Coffee or tea? Good coffee, very good coffee. We have increased coffee production. You have a very good coffee. I also drink coffee. We conclude that part of the meeting in public. Then we have the part of a meeting in private, where we make comment about cocoa, chocolate. And when I visit Moscow, I will take you precisely Venezuelan cocoa. Healthy, organic, and very nutritional products. So on this working day, on March 14th, 2025, we are moving forward, and no one will stop us. Work, 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 peace, life, and happiness. Now we go to Margarita, to the countryside, in Manzanillo, where there are beautiful beaches in Margarita, in Venezuela. In Manzanillo, in the port of Manzanillo, Jorge Tajan is there, president of Sopeca, Luis Rodriguez, they are in perfect fusion. The Council of Fishermen, 1015, they have been organized as a productive force. Go ahead, Manzanillo. Healthy, tasty, and sovereign. Here, Nicolas Maduro in the presidential event. The strategic alliance between agreed upon with the President of Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, 80 years after the establishment of relations between the two countries. President Nicolas Maduro is heading an event to commemorate the Fishermen's and Artisanal Fish Farmers Day, and that communication has been transmitted about the solid cooperation that exists in this field, which is very important between the two countries. We are following closely.
We were listening live from Venezuela to President Nicolas Maduro, who was highlighting the importance of the 80th anniversary celebrated today of diplomatic relations between the South American country and Russia. We were also watching the video call held earlier today between the heads of state of both nations, underscoring the importance of cooperation in the road to a multipolar world. And that is all for right now, but stay tuned with TeleSUR English for updates on this and other topics around the world.
valuable thing is that somewhere in the world,